If you pick up almost any newspaper today or sit in front of a television or go onto the internet, it does not take long to realize that our world is facing enormous challenges. Recently, the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, described the world scene by saying, "It's as if the whole world is in an earthquake." And I know many Virginians sometimes feel that same way. There are a lot of very talented people here today and very talented people in Virginia who sacrifice much on a daily basis to make certain we always weather these tough storms, to make certain that Virginia leads the way. And this has always been the case, and so it is today. We will succeed in navigating through these challenges just as we have done in the past, because the price of our failure is far too great. But sometimes there is wisdom in pausing and reflecting on our great history and examining the footsteps of those who laid the foundation for this great Capitol building upon which we stand today. We do not do so with an arrogance to think that we walk in their steps, but rather with humbleness that lead us to conclude there is danger in ignoring them. Almost 237 years ago, some of those blazed the trail down which we now travel. At the opening of the House of Burgess in Williamsburg, to them their world seemed undoubtedly much like an earthquake shaking all around them. They felt their liberties being systematically stripped from them by the King of England. They witnessed the imposition of significant taxes, something we've heard of these days, and unfair and burdensome regulation, and they worried that they may soon lose the very lands that they love. There was quartering of foreign troops on their soil, and having just received the words that the port of Boston would be closed by the king, ignited their passions. A small caucus of Virginians, including Richard Henry Lee, Thomas Jefferson, and Patrick Henry, met to discuss the situation and forge a way forward for Virginia and, yes, our nation. Their answer offered a resolution to the House of Burgesses, declaring a day of fasting, humiliation, and prayer. These caucus members researched similar proclamations going back at least 100 years earlier and finally settled on the language. Their resolution was offered May 24, 1774, and passed unanimously without a single word being changed. Seems incredible. Not everyone, though, thought the resolution was a good idea. The next day, May 25th, Governor Dunmore stormed into the House of Burgesses with a copy of the resolution in his hand and dissolved the House, stating that the resolution of prayer did not reflect highly upon His Majesty, the King, and the Parliament of Great Britain. After the House was dissolved, the members, including George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Patrick Henry, moved to a nearby tavern and wrote another resolution whereby they issued the first call for the convening of a Continental Congress. And from that would become the United States of America. So today, we reach across decades of time, joining hands with them as we announce the formation of the Virginia Commonwealth Prayer Caucus and sign a call to prayer for Virginia. Let us be bold, let us be committed, and let us pray that God will continue to bless this Commonwealth and our country we love so much.